Welcome to my take on it. It's a channel where we look at videos and situations around the world and I just give you my take. So today we're talking about Simone Biles. I was browsing Facebook and I came across this BBC article that Simone Biles quit on her team. Wait. It did not say that she quit. It says Simone Biles says, I have to focus on my mental health after pulling out of team final. So let's take a quick look at this article. Here's what it says. The American left the arena after the vault, but later returned to support her teammates as they claimed silver behind the Russian Olympic Committee. Now, this is important, I think. So let's keep going. Biles 24 scored 13.766, her lowest Olympic vault score, before withdrawing from the event. Now, this is the part that really kind of made me wanted to, talk about this a little bit. So here's a quote from Simone. After the performance I did, I just didn't want to go on, she said. I have to focus on my mental health. I just think mental health is more prevalent in sports today. We have to protect our minds, our bodies, and not just go out and do what the world wants us to do. We're not just athletes, she says. We're people at the end of the day, and sometimes you just have to step back. Now, I get that. I kind of understand her point. They are people. Mental health is a reality. It is a challenge. But at the same time, I feel like, you know what? This is the Olympics. When we talk about sports is about mental toughness. Look at all of the people we celebrate in sports. It's always those people who are mentally tough, who overcome adversity, who push through, who triumph over difficulty. These are the people that are celebrated. This is what the essence of sports is. And so I think it just doesn't sit well that you quit on the big stage at the highest level because you're not performing at the level that you are used to performing at. So I feel like while I don't want to, no, let's continue reading for a minute. Let's continue reading. There's another point in this article that I want to cover first. In May, Japanese tennis player Naomi Osaka withdrew from the French Open to protect her mental health. A move that was publicly supported by several sports people and celebrities. So we see that this kind of started before Naomi pulled out. I had never heard of athletes pulling out and saying mental health before. And I'm just a regular person. I don't follow all sports. So has just not been a thing, and I've not really pulled out, or I've not really followed a lot of women's sports. So who knows? Maybe this is more prevalent in women's sports, but I'm not used to hearing this or seeing this. It seems against what the whole concept of sports is, and the thing that I'm kind of thinking about is what will the impact of this be long term and across different ages, different sports, from kids straight up to professional. Here we have two athletes at the top of their sports basically saying I can't deal with it right now, I'm pulling out. The thing is, sports has always been tough. It's always been about overcoming. And is it going to be now where anytime it gets difficult, or you're in a situation where you have to go out and perform it, but you can't win? Is it just going to be okay, I'm pulling out. I have to protect my mental health. And what's the long term impact of that? Like, what's the long term impact of that? This is kind of giving me. I feel like this is kind of go along the vibe of the experiment that I think we're getting away from now, where schools and with kids, and they started giving all kids medals, like everybody was a winner. There are no losers, we're all winners. And we went through this period where years and years they were doing this, until we kind of realized that this was having a negative impact on these kids, because these kids were not used to losing at anything or having to overcome any difficulty, or understanding that that's not how the world works. And so a lot of people have now moved away from that, this concept that there is no losers, everybody wins. We give everybody gets a trophy. And I feel like this protecting your mental health thing is gonna go the same lines as that, along the same path as that, where it's gonna have a negative impact on, you know, people who grow up with this mindset that, hey, the minute things get uncomfortable in sports, the minute things get difficult and I am feeling pressured, and I can pull the mental health card, so to speak. God, I know people are gonna hit me for that. That's how I feel though. And at the same time, mental health is a real deal. It's a real deal. There are people who definitely struggle. Like when Naomi pulled out, I didn't get the same kind of vibe. Like, let's go back to the statement Simone made. Right. Let me go back and search in this article. It says, after the performance I did, I just didn't want to go on. You know, if she had gotten, I don't know, I didn't watch the women's gymnastics, so I don't know what the average score was, but what if she had gotten like a 15 or 16 or 17, something that was respectable? Would she have still gone on? So I feel like I'm not on board with this. I don't feel like this is real. Like, I don't think she should be celebrated for this. I would not go as far as to castigate her and try to, say, oh, you're a quitter or what have you. But I don't think she should be celebrated for this. I mean, I would quietly accept that, okay, she had to pull out. But I'm seeing all of these articles all over the internet. Let me see if I can find a few of them right quick. This is another one by the BBC. Simone Biles, American gymnast, praised for prioritizing mental wellness. Right? And this is one on Fox News. It says, for Biles, it finally all becomes too much. So I see a lot of people, just a lot of different articles. Basically, they're all kind of applauding her the same way that. I saw this one here on CNN, and this looks like it's a little bit critical. Um, Ali Raisman calls USA Gymnastics a disaster after Simone Biles withdraw from finals. So, my take on this is that I feel like this could be detrimental to sports in general. I understand mental health and protecting your mental health, and prioritizing mental wellness, but I think the very essence, the very definition of sports is that you have to you overcome struggles, and you push through it, you persevere, and that's where that championship.
It would be a little bit better to take a back seat, work on my